Welcome to the Urban Post podcast. I am your host, William Zavell, and we're going to hop right into it. So, obviously, the big news today, or over the weekend, today was the official news, but over the weekend, UTC and Raytheon were in talks of merging together. So, it was made official today, so it's an all stock deal, I believe, and they look at themselves as equals. UTC is mostly into engines and elevators and a bunch of random stuff because it's more broad than Raytheon, which is strictly defense, I believe. So missiles and anything in relation to all that, into the military contracting, defense contracting. So now they're gonna merge, all stock deal, and they're going to be called Raytheon Technologies now, and they're trying to move their headquarters to Waltham, Massachusetts. So now Waltham has about 64,500 people. Not too many people. Not too many. Not as dense as like Somerville and Cambridge. Very sparsely populated, especially in the western side of the city. The Raytheon headquarters is in right off of I-95, but on the other side of it. So it's kind of separated. And if you look at the map, you'll see there's a lot of space out there. So I think there's opportunity for them to consolidate all their operations. Not sure how big their operations are in Connecticut, but they have the opportunity to actually consolidate it into Waltham or that area. And I like the move because it's not in the city. It's not congesting the city. It's a little bit outside. I know I-95 still has traffic. It's not too far. Where they're located is not too far. It's off Winter Street, I believe, Trapello Road. It's not too far from I-90. So you can, hop on I-95 to I-90 to get to the airport if you need to. 25 minutes. So it's convenient, But I think this gives a great opportunity. Plus, Boston has a lot of good schools. MIT to feed the tech talent that they need. UMass Lowell has a good engineering program. I believe Harvard University as well has a good engineering program, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously Worcester Polytech, Wentworth, all of them. They got a lot of good schools out there that can provide the talent. So it makes sense to move to Boston. What I was going to say is that in terms of a development, commercial real estate, what I see mostly because of manufacturing, possibly warehousing, but it's a manufacturing facility. So now, I'm not sure if they do their own real estate and if they do all that, but I know they're bringing workers there. So that may have an opportunity for, multifamily housing, mixed use development. What I like about it as well is that it's away from the city, so this can possibly bring the center of gravity back around the Innovation Highway, what they call Route 128. I-95, it could possibly help and create that urban mixed-use development around those areas. But the problem is, it's a wealthy area in certain parts of Waltham. Newton is right there. Lexington is close. These are wealthy neighborhoods, and there's that not in my backyard. And NIMBYism, I think they call it NIMBYism. So you'll probably get a lot of community upheaval for any development project. So it may not be an easy process, but that's what I see. But there's opportunities, what I'm saying, for multifamily, from what I'm seeing, and also the maybe warehousing, because I'm thinking that it's gonna if they decide to consolidate their operations there, it's gonna provide the opportunity in terms of that as well. So I think it's an interesting move. We'll see what happens. I think because it's in Waltham, they won't see too much, crazy upheaval like what the Amazon saw in New York and Queens. You know what I mean? Because they're kind of just out there, and they already have the headquarters there, and Raytheon does in Waltham. So it won't be too much of a backlash, I believe. And where they can slowly start consolidating, I believe, their operations slowly but surely, not all at once. Like how Amazon was just gonna try to bring 25,000 jobs. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. I know it was over a span of 10 years and stuff, but come on, man. You can't just. I don't know. So I was happy that the community stood up, and the city council members and all that. They stood up for the people. I think that was good. But this one is what. It's not like GEG was moving to Seaport, 700 people. That was it. But this is different. They have the opportunity to actually consolidate operations and make one massive complex. Maybe buy out that whole. This is an office park where they are, I think, and then there's other couple companies around. Maybe they have the opportunity to buy it out or just expand this land. I'm not sure who owns it, but there's opportunity, I think. And for a developer, there's opportunity right there for you as well. How it's gonna just shake out and see, things are changing, so there's opportunities. So I think it's going to arise in those sectors before anything else. So that's the take for today's big news. I am Willem Zavel from the Urban Post podcast. Signing off. Take care.